Ofir Akunis is here. He's the Consul General of Israel in New York. Mr. Akunis, how are you, sir?
Good morning. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Very, very glad you're here. So we've had a couple things happen. I want to make sure we have them right in our minds, if you don't mind clearing things up. We had a Hezbollah commander killed and a Hamas commander in two different separate attacks. Is that right?
We are doing whatever we can to defend our people. I will not talk directly about the current event that you just mentioned, but I can tell you that both were two vicious terrorists, and we actually all of us, Americans, Israelis, British, Europeans, must stand against them. Why? Because if you will not do it, they will actually do what they are saying all the time. You must listen to those people, actually terrorists, very carefully. And they are saying, they are screaming, and they are supporters, death to America, death to Israel. So you just need to hear them and to open our eyes and actually to wake up.
I saw a video, and I wish I could find it again, but a guy was walking around the streets in Gaza saying, hey, do you support a two-state solution? And they're all like, no, definitely not. Like we definitely want like death to Israel entirely. We want no more Israel at all. There's every single person that he was talking to on the streets like, yeah, listen to what they say.
That's right. And by the way, it's not about the two-state solution idea. It's not about that. It's about actually the Hamas Charter that they published in 1988. They wrote that they want to ruin the Jewish state and to establish a Muslim Khalifa instead. Khalifa, they mean, Muslim statehood instead. So they wrote it almost 40 years ago. You just need, to listen to them, to read their charters, to read their articles, to see their interviews. They're saying it. So it's simple as that. So it's not about two-state solution. They don't want the state of Israel. They don't want the United States. Why am I saying that they don't want the United States? Because last Thursday, we all saw their supporters. They burned the American flag in Washington, D.C., less than 1 kilometer from the Capitol Hill. They burned the American flag. They don't want your existence. So it's not so difficult, It's so easy. You just need to see the truth, to see the pictures, the horrific pictures from Washington, from Manhattan. By the way, yesterday they waved the Hezbollah flag in Times Square.
Amazing. Let me play a little devil's advocate here for you, Mr. Akunis, Consul General of Israel in New York. You, Israel, placed a bomb. These are what reports are right now, that a bomb was placed inside of the house that this Hamas commander was staying in Tehran, and was detonated remotely. You guys are attacking inside of Tehran, inside of Iran. And you're now dropping bombs in Lebanon to kill that Hezbollah commander. You're the ones who are escalating this war beyond just the current borders of it.
First of all, I don't know who did it in Tehran, so I will not respond. I can talk about Lebanon, and you can hear their leader, Nasrallah, one of the cruelest terrorists ever. Just last week, they throw their missile. By the way, it wasn't Hezbollah missile; it was an Iranian missile, and they murdered 12 Druze kids and teenagers in Golan Heights, in a place that's called Majd al-Shams, let's say the Tower of Sun. Yeah, that's the translation of Majd al-Shams from Arabic to English. They murdered 12 innocent kids and teenagers. And he did it, actually, Nasrallah, with an Iranian missile. So I don't want to talk about other issues. I can assure you that that's what happened just last Saturday in the Golan Heights.
I should note as well You're an official, so I don't know if you're going to. I'm not going to ask you to comment on this, but Kamala Harris told us the other day that she will not be silent as the children in Gaza are being hurt by what's happening there. And yet it's been pretty silent about the 12 Israeli children who were just murdered the other day, as you spoke of. Interesting.
I will, as you said, I will not talk very personally about VP or about other, or about the president, or let's say other politicians.
I would never ask you.
But in general, I can say that we must, all of us, American leaders, Israeli leaders, Europeans, British, Japanese, and Chinese, and Russians as well, all of them and all of us, including me, must remember what happened on October 7th in Israel. That was the vicious massacre against the Jewish people and the Israeli citizens from the end of the Second World War. They burned people alive. They brought gasoline from Gaza. By the way, they will say to you, and they will lie that there is no gasoline, there's no water, there's no electricity. All their lies, all their lies. They will say to you, but they brought gasoline to burn people alive. The families, kids, babies, they burned them alive. They raped women in the front, women, of course, in the front of their husbands. They shot them to death right between the eyes. That's what they did. So everything that is happening right now in our region, in the Middle East, is because of October 7th. And October 7th happened because they said it all through the years. We want to destroy the state of Israel. We want to kill as much Jews as we can. By the way, around the Columbia University, they shouted it in the end of I think the last semester, that was another October 7, another October 7, another one, and another one, and all of you. So nothing happened. Why? Because that it was the, let's say, in the name of the freedom of speech. No, it's there is the freedom of speech, and there is the freedom of hate. And if someone screams that he wants to kill you, like in the same way they did in October 7th, you better believe them. And by the way, and do something against it. And do something against it. And not just say, okay, it's part of the freedom of speech. If someone is saying that he wants actually screaming death to America, you better believe him.
I'm going to Ofir Akunis. He's the Consul General of Israel in New York. 300 days. Yesterday was 300 days since October 7th. Pretty amazing. And there's still people who are held hostage right now, including Americans. What do you know about the Americans who are held hostage?
What we are doing, at least all of them. And I think that the most important thing is to put Hamas under pressure and to say, let my people go. It's a quote from Moses to Pharaoh in Egypt, very long time ago. But it's the right thing to say. Let them go. Put Hamas under pressure. Put Qatar under pressure. They cannot play a double game. If they want to support Hamas, so they need to say it. And if they want actually to act as the most important negotiators, they should say it. They cannot play the double game that they are playing for a long time. So I'm saying from here, before I need to go actually to a very urgent a meeting in my consulate, I will say before the Shabbat and before the weekend, and as you said, it's a very long time. It's too long. Let my people go.
Ofir Akunis, Consul General of Israel in New York. Mr. Akunis, good to talk to you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to speak with you, and Shabbat.